Yo, what's up, my guys? Hope y'all having a great day. Thank you for watching. Today, we're going to talk about the Rust Console Edition and what they can do to stop the old gen from hamstringing the new gen. And I'm going to start calling it ancient gen. I'm sorry if it hurts your feelings, but the new gen's been out for 5 years. There's rumors that they're working on the actually newer gen. So the one that we have now, the Series S and X, I would just call that current. I mean, it's been out for 5 years. If it was a child, it'd be starting kindergarten. And I do have sympathy for you guys who can't afford it, but a lot of people say they can't afford it, and honestly, they just don't have their priorities set to buying a console. And I can understand that. It is for entertainment. But if you guys are door dashing a couple times a month and going to the mall and spending $50 on bullshit all the time, you could definitely have bought a new console in 5 years. So it is what it is. I had to sell my old console, my PlayStation, and my Xbox, and do a couple handies on the side of the road. I can still only afford the S, so I'm not made of money either. So I'm not shitting on anyone who can't afford it. That being said, so we can get into the 3 ways that I think that they could actually get rid of ancient gen and stop it from hamstringing us. That being said, let's go ahead and talk about it. First case scenario is probably the one they're going to go with because they can make money off of us. Double 11 doesn't really care about its customers that much. Actually, I drew a little diagram to kind of illustrate how Double 11 feels about its customer base. I'll plaster it up now. But that being said, I think what they'll end up doing is making 2 different source codes and splitting the consoles up. So we'll have like an old gen and a new gen. And the new gen will be an optimized version. We'll have to probably buy a new game, which will suck. Hopefully our skins transfer over. They probably won't. And I feel like that's what they're probably working on now. And that's why they're not being very transparent on what's going on. They haven't really had a good update since like September, and they're not really telling us what's going on. They haven't even came out with a roadmap yet, which is kind of sketchy. So it makes me think they're actually working on splitting the consoles up right now. That being said, if they have an optimized version, they're probably going to charge us full price. So I mean, anywhere between $30 to $60. Who the fuck knows? Like I said, they'll probably charge us as much as they can because again, you know how Double 11 feels about its customer base, or basically ATMs for them. That's probably the way they're gonna go, like I said, and we'll just have like the new gen consoles on the optimized version that'll have like minis and stuff like that. And if you don't want to have all that cool shit, then you're gonna be stuck with the old version. They'll probably optimize it to a certain extent, and then they'll be like, well, we can't do any more, and that'll stagnate. And eventually, people who are on the old gen, they'll get sick of it or get bored of playing the game, and anyway, and they'll just stop playing it, and either that or they'll move on to the new gen and then have to buy a whole new game. So I feel like that's the route they're going to go because fuck Double 11. If they do have it split up in studio or split it up in different games, hopefully they split it up in studios as well. That'd be pretty dope because Double 11's done a really shit job. Hopefully, if they do split it up and they have different studios, a new studio will actually take over the optimized version because I don't know. I'm just not really a big fan of Double 11. But if that does happen, Double 11 probably want to keep the rights to the new gen variation and sell off the old gen because that way they can make more money. It'd be behooving of them to keep the rights to the new gen just so it doesn't stagnate. It's going to have more money. It's going to be easier to proliferate when a new gen console comes out. They'll be able to still keep making money off the optimized version. So that being said, I don't know. Hopefully we do get a different studio for the new optimized version, but I just don't see that happening. But who knows? Maybe that's not even their choice. Maybe that's going to be up to Face Punch, and Face Punch be like, hey, you guys have done a shit job. We're hiring another studio. So that being said, we'll have to see how that plays out. The second case scenario is actually a lot better for the player base and actually worse off for the Double 11 studio. So this probably will never happen because they don't give a shit about us. Again, reference the diagram that I drew. But basically, they would just have to make an old source code and a new source code and have it split up on servers. So the new source code would be obviously the optimized variation for Series S and X, and those would be on certain servers, and then they'd have servers for old gen that'd have a different code. The reason why they probably won't do that though is because they'd have to have 2 different teams. They'd have a team for the old code and the team for the new code, and they would have to work basically apart from each other. And if they did do that, it would slow down updates for each one of those, but at the same time we wouldn't have to buy a new game. So I don't see them doing that because they don't give a shit about us. If they see price tags, they're probably gonna sell us a new game. That's just the way it goes. That's life, I guess. But that would be the most beneficial for the player base. Although, like I said, that'd probably slow down, new content and stuff like that coming. But content's already really slow anyway. I mean, it's been fucking forever since we got anything else. So it is what it is, though. And the third variation, which I think is the funniest, and they probably won't do it, but it'd be kind of like a meme thing for me. It'd be kind of funny. They just don't even consider old gen consoles anymore. Just keep trying to push the envelope, you know, make stuff as much as possible for the new gen. And one day when you turn on your old gen console and that thing starts smoking and the motherboard sets on fire, it's that'll be it. You'll have to go fucking get a new console. Just it is what it is. That would be funny. It's kind of fucked up. I don't think they'll do it. If they have it two different source codes and one of them they stagnate, like I was saying in the first option. People will be able to play that until they get bored of it, and they'll probably make the choice to buy the new one. So then again, that way they can still make more money basically off of you by selling you a new game. So like I said, variation 1 is probably going to be most likely. That's probably what they're working on right now, to be fair. Maybe I'll make another video discussing why I think that. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. And also, this is kind of tongue-in-cheek. I know you guys are going to get upset when I call it ancient gen and talk about you guys frying your motherboards and shit. But, you know, it is what it is. I just kind of like to joke around. And, you know, I'm an asshole. I can't help it. But anyways, yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. If you like this sort of thing, you want to stay up to date with Rust content, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. And I'll catch you all later. Deuces.